Hello friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. We're going to be playing Dimir Faeries today, a deck very similar to Dimir Delver, but we're utilizing the Spellstutter Sprite, one of the more powerful cards I believe in Pauper, to give us effectively an extra 4 copies of Counterspell. We're going to be having quite a bit of main deck removal, which is going to be good versus Affinity. And we also have 4 Duress, another 3 Echoing Decay to go with our main deck Decay, and an Echoing Truth versus Chatterstorm. We could actually even bring in Hydroblast versus that deck as well. This looks like a keep to me. We're going to start with a Faerie Seer and then turn 2 try and Ninja. I like both of these cards. I'm going to put Preordain on top so that I guess we're not really going to have the time to shuffle if we end up going Ninja. We can take this stop off the opponent's draw step. And they are a Chatterstorm deck, so that is going to be trouble. Let's put down the Ninja and hope that we survive a turn. Always yes. Okay. We got lucky. Opponent's using Knight's Whisper for their first turn, or for their second turn. So we're probably not dead here, and we're not. We get a cast down, which is not what we're looking for. We could preordain, but we're not going to be able to augur off of that. Let's start with a attack with Ninja. See if we just so happen to draw one of our cards that matter. We don't. I'm just wondering between Augur of Bolas and Preordain here. I think we'll go Augur of Bolas. Grab the Snuff Out. And I guess we'll play the Ice Tunnel. Could play Evolving Wilds here. Get a card into the graveyard for later Gurmag Angler. Although that's a little bit worse considering the Preordains. We might want to... No, that's usually better for Ponders. Preordains are fine. Alright. I hate passing back like this, but that's the hand that we got, so opponent should be able to win here. But we don't know, they might be going for a Galv turn, and if they are going for a Galv turn, Galvanic Relay, then we still have another turn to potentially draw into Echoing Decay or Counterspells. Kind of terrifying, though. They have a Storm of 6, and they still have 6 cards in hand. It is a Relay. Okay. Good Relay, though. Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual. So they should be good to go. Go get Island. Thorn is not really what I'm looking for. Let's... do we Faerie Seer here? We could Faerie Seer, but then we're not holding up double blue for Counterspell. Bottom. Oh, Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. Currently that only counters a 1, which is not great. We could counter maybe like a Dark Ritual. Okay, let's see what Ninja the Deep Hours draws. I thought I said always yes to that. Another Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. I guess we'll just pass on here, discarding a Snuff Out. And I think we're going to want to just counter the Dark Ritual. And we'll 6 from here. Make it a little bit harder for the opponent to do their thing. But they should still be able to just do their thing. We only cut them off of 2 mana. I guess 3. If we had the Faerie Seer down, we could have countered the First Day of Class, which is a really good one to get. First Day of Class is definitely one of the better cards to counter. But I think they should have this one locked up. They got 8 cards in hand. They're just looking to discard 2 of them for the Faithless Looting. Thorn of the Black Rose, not really a card that's going to get too much use in this matchup. But we've already got a lot of cards to take out between Snuff Out and Cast Down. Ooh, we're not dead. We have 1 turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So we can just chump 1 here. I don't think it really matters. The only thing that really matters is finding Echoing Decay. Find a Brainstorm. So we could go Preordain into Brainstorm, and that'll give us a lot of looks. I think that lets us look as deep as possible, and we probably want to just go ahead and attack with Ninja first to get another draw. But we're going to want to keep 2 mana open so we can't Faerie Seer as well. We can Preordain, we can Brainstorm, but unless we draw a land, we can't Faerie Seer because we need the 2 mana for Decay. I think we can just attack all here. We're not going to be looking to block. Oh, we were so close, too. They're at 9 life. Hitting them for 4, putting them into 5. Don't find it yet, so we wanted to Preordain first. Bottom. We could grab the island, because that gives us an extra 2 looks. Bottom, bottom. And Brainstorm. That's a scoop. We got close. But close isn't good enough. Alright, so we're going to take out the Snuff Out. We're going to take out the Cast Down. We're going to be bringing in... Oops, I'll put this over here. Bringing in 4 Duress. Bringing in 3 Echoing Decay. We're bringing in Echoing Truth. We can bring in Hydroblast as well. Can take out the Thorns. We need 2 more cards to take out. Take out a Ninja. And a Gurmag Angler, I guess. Actually take these cards out. That's important. I guess we keep this. Going to want to cycle the Ash Barrens instead of using the Preordain here, but we're also holding up Hydroblast in a worst case scenario. Just wondering if holding up the Spellstutter Sprite is worth it. I might want to just go ahead and do the Evolving Wilds thing here. Just hold up Hydroblast this turn. So that we can get to double Counterspell on a later turn. Hey there, Blind. Thanks for joining us. Back to the roots. This is, I believe, the first Pauper deck I played on stream. Back to roots indeed. Okay, we got a Counterspell. Decent. Hello, hello, Pedro. Pass back. I mean, it's part of my life. But just for a little bit of spicy flavor, we got the expensive counterspells. Alright, we're going to counter the Dark Ritual here. You've been having poor results with the Fairy deck. That's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. I do believe it is one of the top decks in the format right now. But I've been wrong before. Delver is better than Fairies. Delver is pretty good, to be sure. Because of the 4 Gurmags. I see, I see. Yeah, no closing power. I mean, we do have a couple of Gurmags in the deck. But you're right. We don't close out a deck, or we don't close out nearly as quickly as Delver would. Alright, so they're going to be able to resolve the Duress here. Hydroblast does not counter Duress. The 8/4/4 Affinity creatures, those are a bit of a problem. And having a 5/5 to be able to block them is definitely pretty nice. They actually take the Counterspell. Yep, that makes sense. Leaving our Hydroblast available. Lotus Petal resolves. And they chatter. Okay. So they got a bunch of 1/1s. I mean, they knew. They knew I didn't have it. That tickles me. And that's a scoop. Okay, let's go to game 3. That's how these games be. Hey there, Cylon. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to want to change anything here. We're going to want to really like stick on the echoing effects. Echoing effects and counterspells. We have the Duress. It's a little bit late though. We can't Duress turn 1. So they're going to be able to untap and do their thing before we can do anything. Not a fan, actually. Like, we got our lands, and opponent's starting with 7. That's terrifying. I'm going to mulligan this. See if we can find something a little bit better. I think this is a little bit better. At least we have turn 1 Hydroblast available. Keep this and get rid of... that's a hard one. What do we drop here? Kind of in between dropping Ash Barrens or Augur. I mean, Augur looks for an echoing card. So, like, is echoing blank in our top 3 cards? Put it in your hand. So we could play Island and we could Ash Barrens. We could just play Ice Tunnel so that we could... I think I want to play the Island so we have access to Hydroblast here. And then if we don't need to Hydroblast anything, we can Ash Barrens for Island. Dark Ritual, can't counter that. They're going to get to do their Dark Ritual thing. Ooh. One, two, three, four, five. It's a lot of spells. Probably Relay turn would be my guess. Yeah. Nothing we can do about that. And they only have 2 cards left in their hand as far as the Duress goes, but we do have a nice counterspell available. Ooh. They did not hit very well. That's a bad hit. Alright, so we want to just go get Island here. So we can have counterspell available. Pass turn. Lotus Petal, yup. Hey there, islands. Chromatic Star puts a hand card in their hand. What I'm wondering here is, should I counter the Manamorphose or the Night's Whisper? If we counter the Manamorphose, that takes mana out of their equation, but they're still going to be able to Night's Whisper. I think I probably just counter the Manamorphose. So they have to crack a petal if they want to Whisper. Just trying to tax their resources as much as possible. Stop right there, criminal scum. Okay. Cool. So I've been told I'm not supposed to brainstorm end of turn. We could probably just save this brainstorm for later, at a point where maybe we won't get brainstorm locked. Another counterspell. We're going to play Ice Tunnel so that we have access to Duress next turn, and we have access to counterspell this turn. And they pass. Nice. Ooh, Gurmag Angler. Okay. Well, that'll close the game when we're ready for it. So we could hold up double Counterspell, or we could Duress. Kind of into the Duress thing. And we'll have one Counterspell. Okay, if we take the Night's Whisper, then they're going to have a hard time doing much of anything, or finding cards, right? Alright, pass back. Their deck is cool too, yep. Definitely played my fair share of Chatterstorm. Another Night's Whisper. So we know the 3 cards in their hand. If we counter Night's Whisper here, they're not going anywhere. The petals are very expensive. Yes, they are. Echoing Truth, what a draw. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not going to be able to play the Gurmag Angler this turn if we want to hold anything up. Maybe we'll brainstorm, see if we hit a land or something. Okay. So we could put back Spellstutter Sprite and Augur, play the Swamp, and then I think we can play Gurmag Angler and hold up Counterspell or Echoing Truth. Or we could just play the Swamp and hold up both. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Angler this turn. Let's get a clock on the board, try and win the game. Ransack the lab. This only puts 1 card into their hand. I'll let that happen. Again, like, we have Echoing Truth. So if they find something good, they don't. Wonderful. We got to untap, and we have 3 counterspells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 2 counterspells or Echoing Truth and a counterspell. Still very, very good. So we could like Spellstutter Sprite a Duress and then Echoing Truth or something. Looking pretty good. Let's see if we can keep this going. But opponent does have 6 cards in hand, so they do have resources. Let them dirtle around and then bounce their squirrels. The only thing we really have to worry about is, in that case, is Duress. And as long as we keep at least 4 mana open, we can Spellstutter Duress. So we can just finish the game with this Gurmag Angler. We don't need the Augur right now. Rite of Flame. Gonna add a bunch of mana. Should be fine. Again, we're only really worried about Duress. Cabal Ritual. Yeah, it's not a 2-turn clock. We are going to take a little while with the Gurmag Angler. Okay, Spellstutter Sprite. And I think their last 2 cards are... No, they cast a First Day, so... Or they discarded with Faithless Looting, so we know they have a First Day and an unknown card. Another First Day, yep. Gets Intro to Prophecy, casts Intro to Prophecy, resolves. Two cards on top. Manamorphose. Yep. Definitely an intense spot with the 2 cards on top from Intro. I'm pretty sure one of them was the Manamorphose, and then they drew into the other one. Okay, Chatterstorm. That's not a Duress. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is not a lethal attack. Echoing Truth worked out. You have another Chatterstorm in hand? Yeah, you do. I was worried that might be what it was. And I mean, really, because I was worried about that, I should have just held the Echoing Truth because we had the Spellstutter block. Yeah, so that's kind of my bad. I kind of thought this might have happened, and I could have blocked with the Spellstutter, gone to 2, and then won the game when they went for the second Chatter. Oh, shoot, I wanted the Brainstorm here. That was a mistake. Damn. Well, we can make a blocker. Oh, nice. Okay, so we survive this turn, and then we Echoing Decay. Sweet. We're not dead. Ha! Ooh, nice. We just barely beat the Chatterstorm there. Not a great hand. I'm not too interested in this one. I mean, we have lands for days, but the opponent does anything, and we can't deal with it. I'm gonna mulligan this one, try and find something better. A little bit more interested in this. We can at least do things with it. It looks like our opponent mulliganed as well. Thinking about just getting rid of Gurmag Angler for now. It's going to be a while before we be able to cast it, so we just rot in our hand for several turns. And we'll find another one. We're going to shuffle it back into our library with Ash Barrens. Okay, so we're playing against Affinity. We do get another island. Alright, let's just play Faerie Seer then. I like the Snuff Out, so I think maybe we'll go bottom top. Handsome's liking the flavor of the other Forgotten Realms. Fantastic. I mean, it's got flavor for days, that's for sure. I was realizing I forgot to wish for luck. Let's go ahead and throw the GL into chat there. Oh, and our opponent was ready for it, too. Well, the, what's the name? The leagues reset tomorrow. Oh, hey, it's a Snuff Out. Surprise. I think we'll just play Island, attack for 1, and pass. That allows us to play the Spellstutter Sprite if we really need to, although I don't think they're going to generally have a 2 that we're going to want to counter. We could go get Swamp so we can at least Snuff Out this turn, but I think we really need Snuff Out next turn or the turn after that. Pedro, I haven't seen anything good for Pauper in that, in the new set yet, but I also haven't, gone over it too carefully. Okay, so we could Brainstorm and then use the Ash Barrens to shuffle away Echoing Decay and Spellstutter Sprite. Oh, another Snuff Out, nice. What about the Augur? I think Augur is fine. The question is, do we want Spellstutter Sprite or Augur? I mean, most of the cards that we're going to be dealing with or wanting to deal with are their big cards. Spellstutter Sprite does counter ATOG. Oh, we draw Spellstutter Sprite. Wonderful. So we can hold up Spellstutter Sprite, or we can play Augur. I'm going to want to play the Ice Tunnel, which gets us these Snuff Outs. Let's just go ahead and play the Augur here. Okay, we do get hits. Let's grab the Cast Down. So we got tons of removal for their 4/4s. We're just going to need the time. I mean, Snuff Out takes no time. So we should be able to deploy these pretty quickly as they deploy threats. Oh, Thoughtcast, that's a good one. One, two, three, four, five. So they're going to be probably deploying their big creatures next turn. Oh, maybe just right now. Because that's 6. And the 1 mana, what makes it 7. Here they come. How many? Just 1? Ooh, we get a ninja as well. So we could snuff out the Mirror Enforcer, ninja the Augur of Bolas, and then we would still have Cast Down and Spellstutter Sprite. Hey, no kidding. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that my content is getting people a little more interested in the format. Sweet. So yeah, I was thinking just snuff out the Enforcer, then we can hold up Cast Down, or we can just cast down the Enforcer and then hold up Snuff Out. But that means we don't get to hold up Spellstutter Sprite. That's the reason why I wanted to Snuff Out. Okay. Okay, and I guess we'll just pass here. That's not something we can counter. So they get to draw 2 cards again for 1 mana. Seems good. And a Gear Seeker, so that's not something we can counter either. Let that resolve. But we got to cast down to get rid of it. Nice. Alright, let's keep getting advantage with this ninja. Ooh, Gurmag Angler. Oh, they're hesitating a little bit. Nope, we get the damage. So we get to draw a card. Get another land. Not bad, not bad. So let's see here. 4 cards. It would take... So we would have 2 mana left over if we played Gurmag Angler. I think that's probably fine. And we'll pass back. Is this the Galv Blast? No, this is Echoing Truth on the Gurmag Angler. We could counter that. If we do counter the Echoing Truth, we're left open to a ATOG with Fling. So let's count their artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 15 with one extra card they could kill us. So I think we let this happen. Another Thoughtcast. Wow. That is the third Thoughtcast this game. Flare Husk. I guess. Yeah. Can't snuff that out. Interesting option, the Flare Husk, to make their creatures 5/5s. Making them better than all the opponent's creatures. Seems pretty good. Okay, another Counterspell. They'll have the blocker for the Ninja here. Alright, let's start with a Faerie Seer. Set up the Augur of Bolas here. Bottom. And we get a Brainstorm. Pass back. And our Spellstutter Sprite counters a 3 now. Not that there's much of a difference in this matchup between 3 and 2. Yep. Sure. So they got a Sojourner's Companion, Chromatic Star, Sacrifice Chromatic Star, play another Chromatic Star, sure. Sacrifice Star. Yep. So cycling through their stars to draw some cards, and they're going to equip the Sojourner's Companion with a Flare Husk. That's fine. We got Snuff Out for it anyways. One, two, three, four, 5. We could make it 6 with a Sprite. I don't think that's really worth it. Let's start with a Preordain, see what we find on top. Maybe we find a Cast Down. Bottom these. And we find another Faerie Seer. I think I'm just going to hold up double Spellstutter Sprite here. We'll snuff out the Sojourner's Companion for life and attack. Oh, looks like they got another thing. Another Dispel. We got another Spellstutter Sprite. Oh, we actually had enough fairies we could have potentially countered our own Snuff Out. Fetch would have been okay with Brainstorm. Yeah, I guess you're right. We end up getting one. Hey, Clamigo, welcome. You managed to join us near the beginning of the stream, so plenty of magic content. We're going to hold the Ash Barrens in our hand, I think. We've got Lethal on board. They've got 3 cards in hand. But if they have Atog Fling, they don't. Nice. So we're going to bring in Divest. Let me just get this in pile view, which is what I prefer for sideboarding. I want the Divests. The Echoing Decay isn't that hot in this matchup. So we could potentially bring in some Hydroblasts. Or sorry, no, we gotta continue taking out cards. I mean, Hydroblast is so-so in this matchup. It counters Fling, Atog, and Galvblast. And in this matchup, it would also counter Pyroblast. You should have played in his turn. I don't know, like, I wanted to get that damage in with the Ninja the Deep Hours, and if I had done the Snuff Out during the opponent's turn, we would have lost it. I mean, that might have been the better habit to play in. Is Dispel better than Hydroblast? So Dispel is going to be able to counter their Dispels. But otherwise, Hydroblast is basically better. I think the Spellstutter Sprites aren't very good in this matchup either. They have more red spells than instants. So what do we got? We got a bunch of removal here. I'm going to keep this one. I'm pretty happy with this. Relic? I don't know that we would need Relic against Affinity. They don't generally use their graveyard. Okay, our opponent is deciding to mulligan. And they're mulliganing heavily. So these removal spells could be pretty good, but remember that Affinity does have a lot of draw 2 spells, so they can dig themselves out of this. Oh, for Reaping the Graves. I see, I see. Oh, we get the Divest? So we could Evolving Wilds. I don't know. I think we just go Island here, Ash Barrens for Swamp, then we can Evolving Wilds for a Plains later. Or sorry, an Island. Although we got a lot of black spells here, we might actually want to go for a second Swamp. Mulligan to 5, but opponent has 3 removals. When you play against Dimir, you always put Reaping in. Makes sense. I think that, yeah, Reaping actually makes a ton of sense. Another Evolving Wilds. I think I just want to go ahead and Divest right now. The mana's working out kind of awkward here. Maybe I could have played out my lands in a better way. Evolving Wilds for Swamp, and then play Island, Divest, and Ash Barrens this turn would have been, I think, better. So we could play Evolving Wilds, go get Swamp, and the next turn we have Divest Cast Down. Do we need to Divest this turn? They're going to potentially be able to cast one of their big spells. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and Divest now. They have They have a Thoughtcast. So they're going to be able to undo some of that mulliganing. So I think I'm going to want to, yeah, we'll crack Evolving Wilds, go get Swamp, and then Preordain. Or do we go get Island here? Like, we got a lot of black cards, is the reason why I'm really considering getting that second Swamp early. We can grab another Snuff Out. I kind of like both of these. Okay, yup. Yeah, we have nothing in hand to close the game, you're right. We do have a Brainstorm here, though. So let's see here. I kind of like the Thorn, just to, like, put this game completely out of reach for them. Thinking about getting rid of one of my removal spells here, because they don't really have anything for me to use them on. And I'm leaning towards getting rid of a Snuff Out because they have Fling. So they have no creatures right now. Do we just, like, slam a Thorn? Nice. Thoughtcast. And a Thoughtcast again, so resources abound. Everyone's got plenty of resources now. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13. So an ATOG can do 13, 15. They don't have enough mana anymore. Okay, Secret Tunnel. Can play the Augur of Bolas, and then we have Cast Down and Snuff Out. Yeah, those Thoughtcasts are pretty good. Let's just put in a whole bunch of artifact lands and start drawing 2 for 1. You want to counter this with a Pyroblast? I guess you could. Wow, nothing. And we'll pass turn. Get an extra land. Sure. Not as worried about the cards they're playing this turn, more worried about the cards they're attacking with. So we'll just go ahead and trade with Thorn here. Sure. Cast down the Gear Seeker. Looks like they do have a Dispel. Oh, no, they're going to fling to kill our... Oh, nice. Okay, sure. Yeah, that works. I like these. So let's see here. We know they've used the fling. I Divest could hit something, but it might just hit nothing. Cast down seems fine. I'm going to go bottom top. I'm going to get rid of the Divest and keep the cast down. Oh, another removal spell. Here's a Tog. Sure. Okay, I like this. They're not trying to do anything with the Tog. Let's try a cast down, get rid of it. Nice. One land hand, not into it. So I guess we're going to mulligan. Another one land hand, but we have the Preordain, so we'll keep this one. Kind of want to keep the Ninja here. I'm leaning towards actually getting rid of one of my counterspells. Because we're going to be trying to hit our land drops for a couple turns, so we're not really going to have time to be holding mana up, I think. Okay, bottom top. Ooh, Razortide Bridge. Okay. I think I've seen this deck before. So we could play Faerie Seer here, or we could hold up Counterspell and Spellstutter Sprite. I don't know very much about their deck. I would like to be able to get this Ninja the Deep Hours down, so we're going to play Faerie Seer, and we're going to go bottom, trying to find more lands. Blind, didn't you play a deck like this a while ago? It might just actually be Affinity with white. Oh, we get Swamp. Nice. We're hitting those land drops. Oh, that's right. It was Jeskai. Jeskai is sweet because you get the land destruction. Something just happened. Okay, here we go. Moto was having a fit for a second there. Oh, you wouldn't land if we're going to Ninja because we might get a Ninja? Oh, they're going to just kill the Ninja here. They have a Gallblast for it. I was thinking I wanted to be able to play the Faerie Seer afterwards. Do we want another Counterspell? Probably not. I definitely want the other island, though. Actually, the Counterspell is going to be pretty good eventually. Let's go top, take the island first. Therium Sculptor. What a pain. Did I try Death and Taxes after Modern Horizons 2? I played, Yori and Taxes. I haven't tried Death and Taxes, though. Thoughtcast. Let's counterspell that. Oh, and Witching Well. Witching Well is sort of... I mean, it does eventually draw 2 cards, but you have to pay 4 mana for it instead of just 1. And we get a Cast Down. Cast Down on Frogmite doesn't seem that great. I'd rather hit one of their other creatures. Sure. Actually, we can just Spellstutter this. Damn. Oh, well, trade the Spellstutter for a Gallblast then. And we do still have the Cast Down for the Tog, so it's not really going to be a problem. Another Sprite. Okay. Let's go for the Brainstorm here, see what we find on top. Let's get some good cards going. We could Augur, but we're just going to get rid of these lands. Do they run counterspells in the main? They probably have some number of Dispel in the main, yes? Hey there, Donut. Put back Swamp and Augur. Yeah, that looks like the line. Not exactly tops Blueby, but... Oh no! Can't counter that with a Spellstutter Sprite. And we get nothing from the Augur. We can block the Frogmite, but now they have a Mirror Enforcer to attack with. So their clock is increased by quite a bit. Snuff Out, not that great. I mean, it does kill their critter. But we're going to have to use mana for it, so if they do have the Dispel, then we're in a bit of trouble. So we're going to put a stop for their upkeep so that we can just cast it here before they would potentially draw the Dispel. Do you have Dispel? Oh, they have something. They're going to fling it at our face. Block. That's what it was there for. Just waiting to block the flyer. Oh, come on. What a slow roll. Alright. So we're playing against Affinity again. I think we're going to do basically the same thing as last time. That is bring in Divest and Hydroblast. And we're going to want to take out Spellstutter Sprite, Echoing Truth, and I think the Dispel, because the Hydroblasts are generally going to be better. And again, maybe the Echoing Truth. The Echoing Decay, I think, is a little bit better in this matchup than it would have been in other Affinity matchups we've played previously. Echoing Decay actually has some targets in the Frogmite, Ethereum Sculptor, Thopters. So maybe we want to find a way to keep an Echoing Decay or two in the list. I guess we could take out some of these fairies if we're not running the Spellstutters anyways. I'm going to keep 2 to potentially bring in some ninjas. Single land hand, must mull. It's a swamp. If it were Island, still would not keep it. We'll keep this one. And we'll start off with, I think we'll just grab a swamp right away. And then we can Augur of Bolas next turn. Ponza not playable with Affinity lands being indestructible. I've found that the Ponza deck is generally better with the fewer land destruction spells you actually play in it. The question is it able to deal with what Affinity's main plan is and what Chatterstorm's main plan is? And I don't think it can deal with Chatterstorm. Let's take that stop off their upkeep there, and we can just hit 6 through their turn. Okay, they got a Tog, so we can just snuff that out. Oh, the Divest? Kind of like having the Divest here this early in the game. Let's grab that. Snuff out the Tog. And attack. Oh, I see. Brainstorm, then the Tog. Okay, they got a Frogmite. Let's just go ahead and snuff out the Ethereum Spinner now. Good thing, they would have gotten another one. Gurmag Angler, so we're missing a card to be able to play the Gurmag Angler. Let's divest. Get rid of the Sojourner, I think. I would like to keep these. It's turn 4, so we can play a land. So we could shuffle, get Island, play Island. Let's see here. Blind says, I don't get it. Why not see our top deck before actually playing cards? That would probably be better. More information is generally better. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we get Swamp, we could actually play the Gurmag Angler. Anyone got a link for the Pauper Discord? Yeah, I got one of those. Don't have it on me right now, but I can set you up with it later. Thorn of the Black Rose is not going to be any good here. Oh no, come on, Dak, don't give me these. I don't need the thorns right now. 1 was bad, 2 is worse. Okay, so they have blocks now for the Angler. Yeah, we can get it back, then they get to take it back again. I'm not into giving them extra resources. Oh, I like the cast down here. So they have Red Elemental Blast and Unknown. They would have played this already. So we attack with Gurmag Angler, and when they double black, we can cast down the Companion, and we have Hydroblast to potentially save it from something else. Are they going to block? Probably they won't even block. They'll probably just chump or take it. Pretty obvious that we have the answer here. So we'll put the Sojourner's Companion in front just in case. That is the one we'll want to kill if the cast down doesn't work. Oh, they do have the Dispel. Okay. So we're going to lose our Gurmag Angler here, but they're going to lose their Companion. And we're back to taking 1 damage a turn. And we were Brainstorm locked because of these stupid Thorns. So we can play a Thorn, draw a Thorn, but then they're going to be drawing cards. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, what else are we doing? Doesn't seem great, though. Cast from them, I hate that. So they're going to be going up to 5 cards at the end of their turn. Gurmag Angler, we don't have enough really to cast it. I guess we could, but we don't get the Monarch that way. I mean, we get the Monarch this way. Okay, that's fair. We get to kill one of their frogs. We get to play another Thorn. Oh, Counterspell. And a Snuff Out. That is difficult to cast. If they have Galv Blast, Snuff Out kills us. I mean, that is the trick, being able to hold up Counterspell. Our clock is a little bit better than theirs, though. So let's see here. 3 plus 4. So we could play the Gurmag Angler and still have Counterspell up, which seems pretty good. This puts them up to 7 cards. And they still haven't done anything with all the cards in hand. I mean, they played a land here. Maybe they're flooded? I don't know. This is lethal if we kill the Frogmite. They have Dispel, so we can counterspell this. They have Red Elemental Blast. We have Hydroblast. Oh, okay, that worked. Attack all. Ooh! Ooh, we won! Nice. Let's go to game 3. Another terrible hand. So I'm leaning towards getting rid of Counterspell or Ninja here. What was in their hand must have been mostly lands. Alright, so we'll start with the Preordain here. A pair of Gurmag Anglers. Not really what I'm looking for right now. I'm going to go bottom on these. We'll shuffle them back in later. Prophetic Prism, sure. So with the swamp, we can Brainstorm Ash Barrens. And have Snuff Out up. But we can't Counterspell. Thorn could be good later. Wouldn't mind drawing that. So let's see here. I want to keep the Snuff Out. I want to keep the Ash Barrens. Kind of want to keep the Hydroblast. So it kind of looks like we're getting rid of... I kind of want to keep the Thorn if we can. which just leaves the 2 lands. I would like to keep one of those. So we'll have to get rid of Hydroblast, I think. Put down a Faerie Seer, check out our top cards. Maybe we should have Brainstorm first so we can use the Faerie Seer to scribe Brainstorm cards away. Bottom one of these for sure. Yeah, that's true. We could have held priority there. All right, we're going to keep the extra land and pass on. If we can get Thorn working for a couple of turns, we can dig our way out of this mulligan. And Snuff Out, as always, a fantastic way to eliminate the opponent's threats. Like this stupid Ethereum spinner. What a jerk. Oh no, how many of these big dorks are they playing this turn? We don't have any more removal. We are toast. It's not looking good. Let's dig furiously. Oh, we did find another Snuff Out, so we can get rid of one of these cards. We probably want to just go ahead and do that now, so they can't fling it. Oh, another one. Get out of here with those 4/4s. I want to get rid of this flyer so they can't continue to hit me turn after turn, but it's just too much. The opponent's got too much. We can't win this. Game over. GG, though. Alright, so I guess I keep this. First turn we can Faerie Seer. And then maybe get a Ninja down turn 2, depending on our draw. Opponent has mulliganed once, and they're starting with a basic island. They're going to Brainstorm during our upkeep. And we get a land. Okay, so that makes the Ninja pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and play the Faerie Seer. We got another Ninja and a cast down. I like the Ninjas. I think we'll go top and have the Ninja on the very top. Not exactly anything we can take back at this point anyway. So pass the turn back. Evolving Wilds for the opponent. Just go ahead and hit 6 here. And it is a swamp, so they could have Snuff Out. I think it's worth the risk to go for it. And they do have the Snuff Out. Okay. We can do it again later. Augur of Bolas. Reveals Brainstorm. And they cast the Brainstorm. Alright, so let's get rid of this. Go get a Swamp. Play Swamp. So we have the cast down. I think we just probably hold up cast down in case they try and do ninja stuff. We have the Snuff Out if they try and ninja. Let's just play Faerie Seer. I like these. I would like to play a land next turn, yes. Okay. So I like that. It means that they're going to have a hard time countering the Snuff Out if they have ninja. But if this is just an attack for 1, I don't care. Okay, it is a ninja. So we'll just do the same thing they did. Snuff that out. And they're going to snuff out the Faerie Seer. So we're not going to be able to ninja this turn either. But we could put down a Gurmag Angler. That's 4 and 4. That's more than enough. I'm going to leave 1 card in the graveyard for another Angler later. We could have left 1 mana open for a Brainstorm there, or we could have Brainstormed before we cast the Angler, and that would have allowed us to still have some mana open. No cards. No way, they got no cards on 2 Gurmag or on 2 Augur of Bolas. That sucks for opponent. Alright, swing in. I imagine they're going to chump. They don't. They just take the damage. Maybe they have, like, 2 ninjas. Let's see here. I want to keep the cast down for a potential ninja. I'd like to keep the Preordain and the Counterspell. Okay, no ninjas. I love that. Let's just go for the attack first. If they have a removal spell, I'll probably want this Counterspell. No, we just get some damage in. They go to 2. Nice. Do we just hold up Counterspell here? I think I just want to hold up Counterspell Cast Down. No attacks. That makes more sense. And they block. So we could play Augur of Bolas, but we take down Counterspell. I'm going to, again, just pass the turn here. We have Counterspell cast down, so we should hopefully be able to kill them next turn. We can cast down the Augur of Bolas. Oh, now they have another blocker. Alright. Alright, so the Evolving Wilds is going to let us shuffle away some things. As long as we don't have to throw off this Counterspell. Oh, they're attacking, so they probably have a Ninja in hand plus. Alright, so we cast down the Ninja. Spellstutter Sprite is not good enough. Okay, they do have a Dispel. I think I'm just going to Counterspell this. Nice! Counterspell gets us the game there. So we're playing the Mirror Match. This is not something I've done too much. So how are we going to play this? The Echoing Decay seems kind of good. Being able to hit like Spellstutter Sprites, Faerie Seers, and Ninja the Devours. Duress seems quite good actually, being able to hit... I don't know about Duress actually. We can hit like Counterspell, but is that even all that great? Not a big fan of Relic of Progenitus either. Yeah, actually, I don't know that this sideboard is necessarily put together for a mirror match. Maybe we just play as is. I mean, we have land drops every turn. Not a great hand. But fortunately, we are not going to be facing down a turn 2 Ninja. Oh no, deck, what are you giving me another island off the top for? And another island! Oh, get out of here, islands. Bottom, and we'll top the Augur. Ooh, Behold the Multiverse. That's a cool one. Alright, let's play Augur of our own. Yeah, islands, get out of here! Oh, we miss. Miss on the Augur of Bolas. Don't have the swamp currently to cast the cast down, so we're not going to be able to stop any ninjas. We could potentially play the Spellstutter Sprite to block the Faerie Seer. So we might do that. If they attack with Faerie Seer, we might just throw the Spellstutter Sprite down to try and block it. The problem with that would be if they have a Spellstutter Sprite of their own and they can counter our Sprite. That would look pretty bad. I think we'll just play Augur of Bolas again. Okay, we actually got something. Kind of like the Counterspell, but we can't play it this turn. We can play the Preordain this turn. Okay, and the Ice Tunnel will give us black mana for the cast down. But if they have Ninja, they're going to be able to play it. So they'll be able to get an attack in with it. Haha, it's the Dimir. And a Duress. Okay. So they take the cast down. But no Ninja this turn. How close was that to a miss? Wow, really? That's aggressive. Double Snuff Out on our Augur of Bolas. Kappa Ross, nice. Don't like that one. And they have 2 mana up for the counter for our counterspell. That sucks. I feel like we have to go for it though. We don't have any answer to resolved Gurmag Angler. We actually countered it? They must be going for Ninja here then. They must have decided the Ninja is more important than the Gurmag Angler. They don't have a Ninja either! What the heck and heck? They find Snuff Out. So our Spellstutter Sprite is not that great. They didn't know about Counterspell. I mean, they had 2 blue up. So I figured they had, you know, like Counterspell, Spellstutter Sprite, Ninja. They didn't have any of them. It's not like they have lands in hand. They got spells. Alright, yeah, we take the damage. Stormbound Geist, that sucks. That is a spell I would have loved to counter. Crambo Gaming, what's up? I mean, as great as these things are, they're not doing me any good against what's on the board. Bottom, bottom. Yep, that's going to work. Puts them down to 8. But, I mean, they don't have to worry about their life total when I have no creatures swinging sideways. 5 damage puts me to 8. Oh, that's a thing. Basically, I'm just going to want to hold up 2 mana for the Spellstutter Sprite here. And we'll pretend like we have a Dispel as well. Yep, that makes sense. We take 3. And they Duress again, so we'll Spellstutter that. And they have a Spellstutter. That should be GG. Let's see what we draw. Counterspell. Alright, concede here. Those Stormbound Geist, we are not set up for that. Not a great hand, honestly. If these were different lands, if it was like Island Swamp, it would be way better. For which matchups are Divest? For Affinity. Ooh, nice. Opponent's going deep in the mulligans. That is what we need to see with an awkward hand like this. Okay, not a Faerie Seer to start. I like that. And they sort of Brainstorm lock themselves. I think we're going to want to use the Evolving Wilds before the Faerie Seer. Go get Island. This way it doesn't mess up our scries. I like both of these cards, and I want the Island first. Top. Nice. No swamp. So we get to hit them with a ninja this turn. Okay, they have a cast down. So our ninja's going to draw 1 card, but that's fine. And we'll play Faerie Seer again and set up our draws. I mean, I like counterspells, but we need lands, so bottom. I would really like to keep one of these counterspells. We have a Preordain to hopefully find land next turn, and then we can hold up counterspell, even if we don't find it. Okay, so wow, and they attack. Probably have a ninja of their own here, would be my guess. I'm going to chump. Is this a Snuff Out? Yeah, it is. Okay. Nice. I think I want to go top again. Cool. All the tops. Alright, so we have cast down for their ninja here. No blocks. Oh my, they just double ninja'd. That was a cool tech. Oh, all the things. I would like the Snuff Out, please. This way we get to hold up Counterspell and Spellstutter Sprite. That was amazing. Used to love doing that. I think that's the first time I've ever seen it. I like Spellstutter Spriting this Augur of Bolas. Oh, but that loses to cast down, which we know they have. I could just counterspell the Augur. Oh, they missed? Nice. Oh, sweet. Good thing we kept that counterspell. Feeling really smart now. And we draw Snuff Out. We could just snuff out this Augur here, but I think I would rather try and get the ninja. I suppose they can't really attack without a removal spell anyway. A lot easier when there aren't only 4 ninjas. I remember for a little while there was a 5th ninja in this deck. I think that when it hit, you got a token. But we've got better cards now. Cool. Oh, nice draw. We are just off of mana, though, for the Spellstutter Sprite. Do I cast Thorn this turn? I kind of feel like I do. If they have Counterspell, that'll be a good one. But if this resolves, it's pretty good for us, because we have Snuff Out. Nice. Okay, they're going to Spellstutter Sprite here. Do we snuff out the Spellstutter Sprite? I think we do. Okay. They're going to cast down the Thorn. Yup. That works. And we get a Brainstorm. Okay, so we get rid of this. Okay, they brought in Relic. That makes it a little bit more difficult for you to use your Gurmag Angler's opponent. Okay, they're just going to cast Ninja the Deep Hours. So we get to hold on to the Monarch. Wonderful. Okay, so Ash Barrens lets us shuffle. Let's go ahead and Brainstorm. We get another Thorn. So let's see here. We could get rid of... I think we get rid of land Thorn. We probably need to keep the Thorn just in case they take the Monarch away from us somehow. Yeah, I guess we don't really need the Preordain. Okay. Makes it a little bit easier. Pass the turn. Nice draw. Do a thing, do a thing. Ah, we can't Spellstutter that now. Just trying to keep some card advantage going. Wow, I didn't know you still had that much mana. I think that probably would have been the better way to go, honestly. Kill the ninja, and then take the Monarch back. I'm going to take a land out of the deck here. I'm going to play the Thorn so that we have the extra blocker so we can kill the ninjas. And we still have Spellstutter Sprite. Oh, nice draw. The Snuff Out. Oh, we should have stopped on upkeep there. Ah, well. I'm going to start with a Snuff Out. Kill a ninja. Spellstutter Sprite. They're out of cards. This is pretty great. And they concede. Nice. Cool, that sets us up. Alright, so what do we got? Our opponent is starting with 7. We got Faerie Seer. The hand's not great. I think it's keepable, though. Let's try it. I'm a little bit worried about this matchup, to be honest. But we've got our 3-1, so whichever way this goes, we're still positive. We do find a land and we find Ninja. I want both of those cards. We could play Ice Tunnel next turn and then draw Ninja and have the Evolving Wilds. Okay, we'll go top. Castigate. Okay. They get to take any one of our cards here besides Evolving Wilds and exile it. So it will not help feed the Angler. Alright, so they took Thorn of the Black Rose. Makes sense. We'll play Ice Tunnel and attack for 1. And we have Dispel up. But I don't think Dispel is going to be doing any good versus our opponent here. Oh, Divest. Yep. So they can take Augur or Gurmag Angler. And they leave up 2 mana. So that really looks like a cast down to me. I think that that's what they're holding up. So we're going to leave the Ninja in hand, and we're going to play the Augur of Bolas instead. And then next turn, we can hold up Dispel and try and save the Ninja if they don't have another hand hit discard type spell. I think I'm going to want to do the Evolving Wilds right away so we can pull a land out of the deck. Let's just go get Island and play Augur. Give me a hit, give me a hit. Nice. I think, yeah, I'll take Counterspell here. So if they have Pestilence, we're in a bit of trouble. It's just the Crypt Rats. Okay. So that is something that can be cast down. If we do that, it is going to take out the Faerie Seer, but at least it won't get the Augur of Bolas. So let's attack first. Okay, we get the damage in. Now we'll cast it down. And they can only kill the Faerie Seer. We are kind of 2-for-1ing ourselves, but it means that the opponent can't 2-for-1 us later. And cast down is going to be hard pressed to find a target in this matchup. Hey, Gabby, thank you so much. Okay, we get another Counterspell. We have 4 cards in the graveyard, so we could play Gurmag Angler. I think we'll just Ninja here. And hold up Dispel. Do you have another removal spell? Yes, you do, so that's a 2-for-2. Well, we got more cards in hand, so that's a good thing. They don't have Pestilence yet, and we drew an island. Nice. So we can just go ahead and play Gurmag Angler and hold up Counterspell. The Monarch is still really great. It's definitely lost a lot of luster. So we can use 1 more blue mana. And that means we get to save a card in our graveyard for the next Gurmag Angler. Nice. So we can hold up double Counterspell, or we can play Augur of Bolas. I think I'm going to play Augur of Bolas here. See if we can get a hit. We do. Pass the turn back. Yes, Chatterstorm has definitely taken some of the wind out of the sails of the Monarch, because the Monarch is so slow. But if you keep the Monarch for a couple of turns, it is huge. Alright, so let's see here. This is an attack for 6, puts them to 9. If we play Augur of Bolas, that does not increase our clock. So I think I just want to hold up double Counterspell at this point. Teachings isn't even good anymore. I mean, like, there's only a couple decks that I really know of that Teachings would be good in. Tron and Cycle Storm. Oh, a super hard control deck like Blue-Black Teachings. Okay, that's fair. I haven't actually seen that in a while. the Resolve Monarch card, they can't actually beat it. Yeah, that's true. You have to be able to take the Monarch back. Excuse me. Which is why these Fairy decks and Delver decks are the way to play Control nowadays, because counter removal, get the Monarch, and then you have, you know, cards for the rest of the game because you have a one-sided Howling Mine. Alright, so we're playing against Orzhov Control, so we're going to want Duress to take Pestilence out of their hand. Divest could be pretty good in order to take the... what's the name of that jerk out of their hand? But they aren't playing many creatures. They're only going to be playing a few creatures. So mostly I'm going to want like some Duress to be able to hit Pestilence or removal spells. Maybe the Duress aren't that good. I know I definitely want to take out Snuff Out though. So we have 4 cards to take out anyways, and I think the Duress is going to be better than Divest or Echoing Decay. Echoing Truth might have a place. I think we'll run like this. The Dispel seems pretty good. Does it normally run Unearth? No, it doesn't. If it did, it would be very minimal, like maybe 1. There is another card that it could run that would be a good reason to have Relic of Progenitus. There's a couple of cards, actually, that would be a good reason to have Relic. So I'm fine with bringing one of those in. The card that they would generally be using would be the enchantment with Flash that returns a creature in your graveyard to your hand, and then you can do some really fun stuff with that, and even Mind Sensor. But I don't think the opponent is playing that version of the deck. I'm pretty sure they're playing the heavy control version, which is like huge on hand disruption, and then runs Crypt Rats and Pestilence to be able to kill squirrel tokens. Obviously, we mulligan this. Oh wow, you stopped playing in 2016? A lot has changed since then, yes. Oh, this hand isn't much better, honestly. But I don't want to keep mulliganing, you know? We're going to have to keep it. And probably just get rid of Echoing Decay. I mean, it does hit the chittering rats, the Crypt Rats. But I don't want to hold it in hand for something that they might not ever draw. So we're going to keep this. First turn Divest, takes Faerie Seer. They almost missed. Ah, Ninja. Okay, we can go get Island with the Ash Barrens. Acid Trip, that's a long time ago. That deck was really cool. Alright, so this doesn't hit lands, but we can just go ahead and get the Island in response, and then we can hit 6. Oh, wow. Pyroblast the Resolve Acid on their Karoo lands. That must have been painful. I'm going to Preordain here. See if we can find more lands. And we do. Do I want the Relic? Bottom the Relic, top the Island. I'm looking for creatures. Yeah, there was a little while where I wanted to play Acid Trip when we had access to Fall from Favor. Oh, they're going to take my Ninja now. They're so lucky with these Divests. We had this card in Monarch for a while, which was absolutely insane. Or in Pauper, I meant to say. Another cast down? Do not want. I don't mind the Spellstutter Sprite. It doesn't have a lot of hits, but it could hit something. I'm going to top. Ooh, do I top? We don't draw land if we top. Top bottom. I need those lands. Yeah, they had to ban it. It took a little longer than it should have, but they needed to do that. All right, Pristine Talisman means that we're going to be in this one for the long haul. We are lower than the opponent on clock, so we'll have to watch out for that. Try and use our shortcut keys as much as possible here. I remember Post. I remember that deck. That's when I started playing Pauper, was with, I was playing Mono Black and Stompy versus those stupid Post decks. I guess we'll Spellstutter this. And it will give them a target for their removal. Echoing Decay. We could Dispel that. The Book EU. Hello. Are they going to Evan Carr's Justice us? I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Another cast down. Get out of here. I took out the Snuff Outs and you were like, there seems to be a severe shortage of removal in your deck. We better make sure that you have access to all the removal you could ever want. Was checking in to find some Pauper playing for a week now, it seems. Found you on YouTube. Probably watched all of your Pauper videos. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the viewership. Hey, you're welcome. I found that there was definitely a lack of Pauper content, and I have been trying to fill that gap ever since. If you're interested in some good Pauper content, Snap Bolt does some really good stuff. Cast Down is broken. It's not looking too good here, but having a 2-mana, basically unconditional removal spell is pretty good. Top. Hope they don't have a removal spell ready. Nice. Get the draw. And we draw a Counterspell. That is so good. Sweet. We're back in the game. Kind of wish we had a second Spellstutter. Yeah. We got a Ninja, though. That's pretty good. So that equals out the damage with the 2 Pristine Talismans. Divest. So Divest lets them take the Spellstutter Sprite. They know there's a Spellstutter Sprite in hand. But if we don't counter the Divest, we get to hold up Counterspell to try and save the Ninja. I'm going to let the Divest resolve. So we can hold up Counterspell. Now you Duress. I guess we have to Counterspell. Because they take Counterspell with Duress. I guess we could have just left up the mana as well was another option. But this lets them kill the Ninja. They don't have a kill for the Ninja. Wonderful. Let's go get Island. Take it out of the deck, basically. And draw a new card. Nice. That's a good get. Alright, so you're going to want to hold up 2 mana. So like that. And then we'll use the rest of the graveyard. So we get to hold up Cast Down. And there's a Pestilence. They don't have enough mana to kill Gurmag Angler yet. But that is going to kill the ninja. Oh, we get Thorn, so we get to be the Monarch as well. We get to continue drawing cards. That's fine. Maybe we'll draw out of our deck. Because opponent only needs 1 more black mana to kill Gurmag Angler with Pestilence, and then the game's basically over. Let's see what we draw. Evolving Wilds. Okay, so they are going to be able to kill our Gurmag Angler next turn. But we got 1 more turn with it. Let's get some damage in. Oh, nice. They let us hit with a Thorn as well. That was nice of them. Ah, you're right. We are playing Brainstorm as well. There's 3 Brainstorms in the list. They're taking a lot of extra damage, but they don't care. They have Pristine Talisman. They're probably winning this game. Oh, and they have Guardian of the Guild Pact. GG. Game's over. That is game. Unfortunately, our cast downs do not kill Guardian of the Guild Pact. We also have, what's the name of that card? Agony Warp. But, because of Chatterstorm, we're not running any of those types of cards. I'm going to bring in Echoing Truth so we can get rid of Pestilence. Just so like we have an option to be able to put it back to their hand and counter it on the way back down. Looks fine. We have 3 Duress in there. There is still 1 Duress left in the sideboard, but we got 3 in here. That Divest. So let's see here. We get to put 2 cards back, but they're still going to be able to hit. If only we could Brainstorm and get rid of all these creatures. Is there one we want to save? Saving the Thorn and the Ninja might be good enough, but then we are Brainstorm locked. Yeah. It looks like we want to keep the Faerie. Alright. Still got 13 minutes and 30 seconds for the last game, so that should be plenty of time. And they end up taking the Thorn. I was supposed to do the Evolving Wilds before I did this. That's a bit of a mistake. But I'm looking forward to a Duress into Ninja turn. Not gonna happen. Just a bunch of removal. Oh no, and they have Guardian of the Guild Pact? We don't have a counterspell? Oh, they can't play it yet. They don't have white mana. So I guess we'll just get rid of Cast Down, which is an instant, or Castigate. They don't have the white mana for Castigate. So maybe we'll just get rid of Cast Down. Okay, there's the swamp we knew about. And they drew a Pristine Talisman. Okay. So we'll play Spellstutter Sprite, and then we'll play Ninja. Okay, we got a Gurmag Angler. Be able to play that the turn after. They're probably just going to Chainer's Edict this Ninja here. Ooh, I could have put the Spellstutter Sprite in and saved the Ninja. Punt City. Damn it, go back. Alt-Z. I'm such an idiot. I'm putting a punt up on that one. Thanks, Donut. Yep. That was my mistake. Could have put the Faerie down and saved the Ninja. That would have been by far the better play. I do like the Relic. Alright, so Gurmag Angler. Get rid of the entire graveyard. Relic of Progenitus. Just wondering if we want to go ahead and use this now, draw the card. Alright. It wasn't anything good anyway. Could have had an extra draw there, an extra 2 damage. That's what I was hoping to do, was specifically to find a counterspell so that we could... I was trying to draw the counterspell, but no luck. So Duress has no hits. And they can just drop the Guardian at this point. So that's going to block the Gurmag Angler all day. No point in attacking, they can just block. Ah, I see what you mean. That's true. That is very true. Good point there, Stream Team. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Now, the question is, do we throw down our Spellstutter Sprite so we can start doing damage? So we're effectively doing 1 damage a turn. Get there. Don't like either of those, bottom. Huh, not that great. 30 turn clock, let's go. We have that many draws. We do not have edicts. Keep lands in hand for Brainstorm, thank you. Can't do anything about that. They get our Dispel. Any indication when a Pauper announcement could be made? I have not heard. I've not heard any. And that's GG. Good games, Sacrificed. Good games. One, two, three, four, five. Yep, they have enough for the Gurmag Angler. So let's see if we can find Echoing Truth and a Counterspell. So we need Brainstorm. Get Thorn. Thorn's not going to be good enough. They can just take the Monarch after we get it, so GG's. It's over. So, Dimir Faeries has become one of the top 4 decks in Pauper, sharing the spotlight with Dimir Delver, and then the other 2 top decks being Chatterstorm and Affinity. I would say that this deck probably has a good setup versus Affinity and versus Chatterstorm. So if you're looking to attack those 2 top-tier decks, Dimir would be a great choice, either this version or the Delver version. This one here is a little bit slower. It's going to be looking to play the control game a little bit more, whereas Delver is looking a little bit more at Protect the Queen. But I think that this is still a very solid choice, and being able to go turn 1 Faerie Seer into turn 2 Ninja, and then just try and protect your Ninja for the rest of the game, can win a lot of games. Also having access to the Monarch mechanic, if we are not playing against Chatterstorm, the Monarch can absolutely just take over games. If you hold on to the Monarch for 3 turns, you're probably going to win that game. As far as the sideboard goes, I kind of wish I had more Echoing Truth as opposed to Echoing Decay. Decay is better versus decks that aren't Chatterstorm, but Truth is better versus decks that are Chatterstorm, and generally, like, that's the reason why we're playing these Echoing cards. I think that I would be happier with at least a 2-1 split in the sideboard, if not just 3 Echoing Truths, and leaving the Echoing Decay in the main. I definitely like the Divest versus the Artifact decks. Being able to take one of the lands out of their hand is really sweet. Otherwise, I would say the main thing is practice, practice, practice. Being this kind of a control deck, you're going to be very familiar not only with your deck, but also with the format. So you know which spells your opponents are playing are crucial to counter and which ones you can ignore. I could absolutely use a little bit more practice on that myself. Even though I've been playing Pauper for years and years, more knowledge of the format is always better, but I think more so in my case, I would need a little bit more practice with this deck in particular. It's an excellent deck, but I think that I think I probably play mono black control better than I play this one, even though this is the better deck by far.